So hello guys, welcome to the environment notes part 4. So today we will discuss about one of the most important environment organization, that is UNEP. So UNEP was formed in 1972 after a famous first environmental conference which happened in 1972, that is UNCHE, United Nations Conference on Human and Environment in 1972 under leadership of Maurice Strong. So now UNEP is governed under the UN Environment Assembly, which is formed in 2012. So UN Environment Assembly, which is highest decision making body of the environment, is a UN body which is now a governing body of UNEP. So this is UNEP. Let us discuss some of the some important reports that issued by the UNEP. So recently UNEP has issued Frontier report, which focuses on noise, forest fires and phylogenetic shifts. So noise, basically noise is noise pollution has causing a greater impact on health, because the cities are increasingly become noisier, and persistent exposure to noise pollution can have severe impact on health and cardiac health as well. So in India, Moradabad is a noisiest city in India. On the other hand, Dhaka in Bangladesh is a noisiest city in the world. Now second is the forest fires. So forest fire are causing great damage to the ecosystem or environment. For example, over 1/4 of species in the savanna ecosystem affected by the forest fire. The same thing says the report. Third is phylogenetic shifts. Now the climate change has disrupted the natural rhythm of the plants and animals, which is being pushed out of sync, because there has found plant cycle has been shifted, and their flowering season has been shifted. Second is, there are three important gap reports. One is emission gap report, which gives us the difference between what countries have pledged to cut emissions, and what amount of emission is needed to be cut in order to maintain the global warming under the check. Second is production gap report, which means reduction of fossil fuel production. It means reduction in fossil fuel production is needed. So we have to reduce the fossil fuel production in order to keep the global warming in check, and what is actual production happening right now. Third is adaptation gap report, which means it measures the difference between what is fund being received and what kind of fund required for adaptation purpose, because environment is changing very fast, and people are being increasingly harmed by the changing extreme climate events. Another report by the UNEP is a Global Cooling Watch, which is released in 2023. It says that cooling accounts, which means refrigerators or ACs, cause around 7% of the greenhouse gas emissions. So, and in order to achieve net zero in cooling sector, we have to switch to the natural refrigerant, improving energy efficiency in the cooling equipment such as fridge and ACs, in order to reduce cooling emission by 85% by 2050. So we can reduce cooling emissions by around 85% by 2050 just by improving the energy efficiency in the cooling equipment. Next is state of finance for nature report. So this report highlights government, businesses and financial institutions which needs to triple their annual investment in order to limit the global warming. So this report recommends government, business and financial institutions to finance projects which will help limit global warming and halt biodiversity loss and achieve sustainable goals. So current annual investment in nature by these institutions is around $144 billion, but actual annual investment needed is 484 billion. So there is a huge gap between the investment needed and what is actual investment. Third important project is marine litter project. So this report says that around 11 million metric tons of plastic in ocean, around 11 million metric tons of plastic is released in ocean. This is equivalent to a truck full of plastics released every minute in the ocean. By this rate, it is going to by this rate, if we are releasing plastic in ocean by 2040, we are going to release plastics around 3 times of what current amount is, and this will disrupt the marine life and will hamper the food security of the coastal communities. Next important report by the UNEP is Making Peace with Nature, UNEP Synthesis Report 2021. So this report says that around 3/4 of land environment and around 2/3 of the marine environment are moderately or severely degraded, and actions needed to be taken in order to reverse this damage to the environment. So we have seen around 5 to 6 reports: frontier report, emission gap report, production gap report, adaptation gap report, and then we saw what is global cooling watch and how can we reverse the global warming by improving energy efficiency. Then we saw how much finance is needed in order to achieve the sustainable development goals, and how much. Then we saw the marine litter report, which measures how much plastic is released in the ocean. And then we saw Making Peace with Nature report, which says what amount of land and marine environment has been affected by the our harmful activities, right? So this is all about UNEP and its important reports. So hope you guys have liked this lecture, and if you like this lecture, please subscribe and like this video. Thank you.